apologize. But today I want to talk about how to seduce your teacher. So I was always a little seductress back in the day. In the day, I had crushes on all my teachers. Sent me from 4th grade. My 4th grade teacher, Mr. I was in love with. He was a hippie with a ponytail and earring. And I passed out one time, and he carried me to the nurse's office after we had our hepatitis B shots. Sexual. And I think he felt the heat too. I totally get it. And I've always been vocal on social media because I was silenced. Not to give like a silly reference in this, but I was silenced for so long at my school growing up. I had 3 different incidences with 3 different teachers in regards to SA, R word, and M word. Rhymes with vacation, but starts with an M. It happened in the school, and one principal didn't believe me. 2, I was too scared to speak up. And 3, the teacher said I was like asking for it. So it was like looked over. The one that I was too scared to speak up on, someone else spoke up years later and he ended up getting arrested. Byron, Illinois. Look it up. His name is Mr. for looking up CP at school. I finally have a voice for myself and hopefully others. I can never share your story, but I will always be in support of the victims. I will always stand behind them.
Sweet Trisha. Now try and be a good girl this year and make lots of new friends.
Mom!
You have lunch money.
Okay, Mom, I have to go. No, Mom, I gotta go.
Like my 6th grade teacher, yeah, I talked about it on TikTok. The one that used to molest me would play like heads down, and he'd come around and like grab my breast and like put his hands on me.
Ew.
He did get arrested. His name was Mr.
AF. Literally, my life is beaches every single night, messy buns and Christmas lights. Literally, my life is skinny, waist and high, fashion riding in the G-Wagon. Literally, my life is literally my life.
Then we moved on. My next crush was, I want to say, freshman year, Mr. Byron High School. He was the English teacher, but also the gym teacher and wrestling coach. And we had heart rate monitors, and I always was like, I don't know how to get my heart rate monitor on. Could you help me, Mr. Hot, premature gray, but sexy, fit, tight little body. Then I moved schools to Pecatonica High School, where it was my ultimate teacher crush, Mr. who was my sophomore biology teacher. and oh my god, his glasses and his muscles and his talking, and I would always go see him on my breaks, so I'd always like get out of class and be like, I have to go see Mr. I left my book in his room, and the seduction just started, and it was very easy to seduce him because I had a tight little body, and I was just like, hey, and Mr. Was into movies, as was I, so it was really great. We had a kind of a bond over Quentin Tarantino films, but I knew he was a really big fan of like Robert De Niro and like those kind of things, so I would start renting Robert De Niro movies and talking to him about it. Or if there was a movie he would bring up that he really liked, if I haven't seen it, I was like, oh, I haven't seen it. He would like lend me the DVD, so it gave me like an excuse to come see him. He's like, oh, pick up the DVD after school or something like that. And now let me just say as a disclaimer that I did not have sex with any of my teachers till after I was out of school and of age, or college rather. I had a college teacher that I had sex with. He was my theater teacher, and this family's getting doxxed. This man in question is deceased, and the family is getting harassed, which it's turned into a lot. And
the source of all this is the age reset. That is without a doubt.
Look it up. His name is Mr. for looking up CP at school. With the teacher who sexually abused me when I was in the 6th grade. He ended up going to prison for CP on his computer and ended up dying. And so you're just kind of like, okay, well, he did get his. But at the time when I had turned him in or talked about it, I was told, like, I had to literally, like, switch classes because I was told that, like, I lie.
The fantasies of 16-year-old Trish. This is what it is.